Hi everyone, I'm Flavia from Balance and Brushstrokes. I'm a health and wellness coach and I coach with art because science shows that when your hands move, your nervous system settles, and you can actually hear yourself again. Um, July turns everything up, the heat, the noise, the pace. And if you're already carrying a lot, summer can feel like too much. This moment is for you, the woman who feels the heat in her body before she feels the air. The woman who gets overstimulated by long days and shifting schedules, and the woman who keeps showing up even when her system is tired. Summer isn't just a season, it's actually a physiological load. We have more light, more stimulation, more demands on our nervous system. And as you paint, because that's what we're doing right now, we're going to paint a little bit. And also just a note, I am going to paint and I'm going to use watercolor because this is what I like. But if all you have on hand is a pencil and a paper, that's totally fine because this is not about the product, it's about the process. So as you go through this exercise, notice what a body is doing. Where you're tightening, where you're softening, where you're asking for a different place. And I'm going to give you a prompt, and you just paint or draw, and then we're going to discuss a little bit. So here goes. What does summer mean to you in your body, not in a calendar? What does summer mean to you in your body, not in a calendar? So I'm going to switch my camera so you can see what I'm doing. But summer can, in my with my family, can be very unpredictable. We have change of schedule, not just a change of schedule, but my kids don't like to go to summer camp. They are mostly home full time, and I have to do some really hands-on parenting. Meaning I have to drive them places, take them places, sometimes entertainment, and they are teenagers now, which means that things can be very unpredictable in my household. So this is going to be a clock, kind of like the ones you see on the wall, to show how the schedule changed and how I just have to pick up the pieces. But I'm going to let this try a little bit because if I do the hands and the numbers part too soon, it's going to be actually a dark blue blob. So I have to make time to kind of take the kids out sometimes and go to the park. So this is representing the park, or go to the beach, and I'm going to make a very raw, very simple, very forgiving beach over here because we don't have time to make a full-blown beach scene. Neither that's the goal here. It's like I always say that when I'm painting, when we're painting together in this time and during my workshops, um, stick figures are totally fine and welcome and like encourage because it's not about what they look like, it's about what you feel when you're drawing and painting them. So this is the beach scene. We have like the heat, like the sun is high. Heat, I mean, New Jersey in the days can be very hot sometimes. So the heat, and it gets very humid out there, and we have to contend with the sun. And I'm going to add some blue skies here because we do get some of those, actually a lot of those, which is nice. But some days can get very humid and very hot, and that sometimes take a toll on our bodies when this happens. And the good thing about the summer compared to particularly winter, especially in New Jersey, is that we get to go out, we get to be outside, we get to feel the sun and a little bit of that heat in our body, which is so important for our health and regulation. But at the same time, they can be very unpredictable. And so the heat, I mean, and the humidity can be very unpredictable, and sometimes we get to feel uncomfortable, and that's okay, and that's part of what's going on. And like I mentioned, I have teenagers now, so I'm even going to draw like what paint here. It's like a mall, This is meant to be a mall. But sometimes that's what we can do, especially on those very hot, humid days. Put the kids in the car and go to a mall. Maybe watch a movie. And that's a very rough mall. And I'm going to put, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do like a little shopping bag here to kind of help us know that this is a mall, you know, do some things to make sure that we consider this is a shopping bag. And we also, like I said, we could go to the movies in the mall or even outside of the mall. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but let's just say, you know what? Let's just say this is the screen of the movie theater. That's easier with the small space that I have. And now let me see, it's still a little bit wet, but I guess it's dry enough that I can finish my clock. It's a little bleedy, but it's good enough. So if you look, this is my clock. And like I said, change of scheduling, change of routine. I don't have to wake up at 6. I could do during the school year. But I do feel like I'm being pulled in many different directions, and that's what I'm drawing here, kind of an explosion, so to speak, to represent all the different directions that I feel like I'm being pulled because I have to take people places, I have to be attuned to their needs. I have sometimes, feed them during the middle of the day, which I don't usually do during the school year because they go during school. So this is kind of to represent that sort of, I'm going to say explosion, but it really is, it's not an explosion in the sense of fire or anything like that. It's more of a mom being pulled in different directions trying to survive. So like I said, I have the clock here, which is the change in time in scheduling and routine. I have the park. I mean, my kids are teenagers now, so like a playground is not, we don't go so much anymore, but we do go to a park and kind of breathe a little bit and have some fun and to the beach sometimes. And like I said, to the mall, maybe do some shopping, maybe watch a movie. The sun with all the heat and the humidity of New Jersey, and what I said, like the explosion, or just like I said, a mom being pulled in a lot of different directions. So I'm pretty sure you have an idea of someone that's very different than mine, which is totally fine. So I'm going to switch my face so we can talk a little bit. But here's what's going on. So after I showed you what I painted and everything, I'm going to ask you some questions so we can reflect. Um, so here goes the first one. What did this painting moment bring up in your body? So in a way, I feel loose and I feel relaxed because, like I said, we get to spend more time outside. The weather is a little bit it's hot, but it's not cold. It's not harsh on your body most times. Sometimes it gets too hot, like I said. Um, so and like I mentioned before, it's so important to be in the sun, get some vitamin D, get some like light, some regulation, but at the same time, it can be overwhelming and it can be overpowering when it gets too hot and too humid, or when you have so much going on aside from that. So the other side of me is saying that I'm tense because I'm bracing for the impact of when the kids get home full time and they get bored and then start asking uh, for stuff and for taking them places and just to go and do stuff. So that's like how I feel about summer and about painting this. So how about you? Maybe you're an empty nester that gets to spend the summer somewhere on the beach and relax with a book. Or maybe you have younger kids and you're just chasing them around. Like everyone is different, every season in your life is different, and we never know what to expect. Now the next one, what part of summer feels supportive and what part feels draining? I think in my case, personally, I walk every day, so I like that I get to walk outside. In the winter, I'm stuck in the house on the treadmill, and I really enjoy being outside. Um, so that's very supportive. It regulates my nervous system. I get to go out in the morning and just walk. But it also feels draining because it feels unpredictable, and sometimes I expect my day to go one way, and my day ends up going a different way, and I never know what's going to be, and I'm bracing for an impact. But how about you? Maybe your kids go to camp and you have a set schedule, and it's more predictable and it's easier to handle. Or maybe um, you you just driving carpool, which is kind of can be jarring at points. I mean, there's like a lot of variables here, and it always depends on who you are and what your expectations are. And the last question I'm going to ask is, what does someone mean to you? Not on your calendar, but in your nervous system. What does it mean to you? So to me, like I said, it has a softness of being outside and of relaxing, of sleeping the extra hour because don't have to make sure kids are up to and not miss the school bus or anything like that. But I'm always bracing for that impact and what's next and what I'm going to do and and where I'm gonna go and being pulled in different directions and trying to just get through it. So it does mean something light and something fun, but at the same time it can be jarring and it's difficult to kind of get a handle of it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, what do you think? I mean, what does summer mean to you in your nervous system? What does it do to you? Because you're different than me, and different people have different perspectives and different lives and different seasons of lives and live in different places. And maybe for you, you don't have it that hard, or you don't feel it that hard, or it's fun, or maybe you hate summer, you'd rather be skiing, and that's totally fine. That's just different people with different perspectives. And also, what I'm going to say right now is I'm going to say some affirmations because when we have so much going on, it's kind of good to kind of stop and look at ourselves and tell ourselves that we're going to be okay. Because before we know it, it's fall, kids are back to school, and life gets back to normal. So think about this. I'm allowed to move through summer at my own pace. My body is giving me information, not problems. So when it gets tense, it's information. Oh, maybe I should slow down. Oh, maybe I have to do the other thing. Or, this is not a problem. It's just information. I can choose what supports me in this season. If you feel that you should be eating ice cream every day to kind of get through it, do it. Reasonably speaking, because, the sugar and all that, and I don't want to get into too much into the health intricacies of ice cream. That's not the point. But I can see how some people can say, you know what? I don't want to do that. That's not good for me. And that's okay. Everyone does it different. Like, what supports you? To me, is I try to keep things contained in as much as I can and keep some sort of perspective and involve the kids and say, you know what, I have to work today. So can you tell me what you want to do so I can arrange my schedule and make sure I can be there for you at the same time, be there for myself. So we kind of play like that, and that's totally fine. Um, so when you think about this, what comes up to you? What is your body telling you? What is the season telling you? Let me know. Send me a message, comment on this video, and let me know what it is. Because this is your re-entry into July. Steady, grounded, yours. And it's not meant to feel like anyone else's. Everyone is different, and you get to do what you get to do. And that's okay. So I love to hear from people what they think when they see something like this and when they hear something like this, because everyone has a different perspective. So if you feel like you want to say something, feel free to comment or send me an email. Um, And I'll do my best to get back to you and with my thoughts. And I really appreciate you being here today with me. And if you feel supported by moments like this, you can find more on my YouTube channel. And thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.